It's hello, hi, hi. Okay, so I have tried to play some concerts where I have spoken a little bit. Oh no, there's people. Oh, I was trying to put the machine in a way so everybody. But now you're sitting. I can't. It's unpredictable. It's random source, and that's an intern joke about this machine. This is very. I'm very close to the edge, but that's how life is, right? Um, so, um, just for a minute or two or 4 quarters, I'm just gonna mention a little bit. Maybe I will speak in an ASMR. No, I won't. But because being ASMR is like funny and gimmicky and stuff like that, but I'm not. Actually, this time I'm not trying to be funny or gimmicky. Um, yeah. This time is kind of like yeah, casually gonna mention death and destruction, kind of just just FYI. Because the thing is, people can be like, I don't care, just play some tunes so I can like be entertained and stuff like that. And I totally get that vibe, but like I can do whatever I want to. It's my slot, so. But I'm gonna try to be considerate, but I just want to mention that right now, because everything is kind of exploding. Just so my mom is from Iran, and I have family in Iran. Um, so I don't know if all of you know what is going on, but if you do, can you then raise your hand, because then I maybe don't need to mention. Okay, all of you know what's going on. Okay, thank you for keeping yourself educated or something and updated. Or it's also very difficult to not to, I guess. um, but in times like these, it's sometimes where you really need a community to be a part of, and in some sort of way finding out a way where you can like tackle these things together with other people that are like-minded and understand what you're going through, and maybe also go through the same thing, and you're all in it together. The thing is just we're living in, and now I'm gonna get a bit astrology kind of like in it, but we are kind of living in the time of total like transformation energy that becomes also a total of mass destruction energies, and that also means that these communities that perhaps you normally would tend to kind of are split, because in right now we have like both people who have the same ideas I have about the future of Iran, and then you have the people in Iran, and then you have other people who have lived in Iran and moved away from Iran, and then like, and the thing is there is a conflict in the it's my bedtime alarm, sorry. Um, so everything, I'm trying to go to bed early, but these days it's like been at 2. But right now like everybody's just like fighting each other, and and everybody's disagreeing. I'm trying to insist that I'm just supporting whatever people are feeling. Um, I've never been to Iran. I really, really, really wanted to go. I wasn't allowed. My dad is Romanian, and he has all these stereotypical, very judgmental ideas about Iran, so he never let me go and visit my family there. And I was like, okay, at some point I will have like a partner, and I can have a ring on my finger, and I can go, and then it would be fine, and people wouldn't question me and stuff like that, and I would be able to see Iran as this beautiful, um, very beautiful place, and all the stories and all the knowledge and all the music and all these things. Um, but I'm also quite fascinated about geopolitics and history. And like Iran is a fort. Like it's not. it's not really possible to infiltrate that. There's like mountains, and then there's like a deadly desert, and you can't really do anything else but drop bombs. Because if you try to put troops there, they can't get their supplies, and then like you just put more troops, and then like a whole civil war thing will go on because people are against putting troops there, because people just dying in trying to fight the regime and those kind of things. So it's kind of like this endless loop, and this is a theory based on game theory and stuff and like that. So, and in these times where it's like there is no logic anymore, there's no nothing. It's everything is unfair. Everything is completely like injustice is everywhere. Nobody is friends. I do want to appreciate all the people who have reached out to me. That's been absolutely amazing. I have a friend every single day calling me, asking if I'm okay and such, and I'm really happy for that. And I'm also just mentioning like what I'm seeing within the Iranian communities, um, and I just wanna I for this moment right now, I don't know if my family is alive. It's really it's really at that level right now. And it's not to like mention any like, but it's just we all have our things all the time. We have to deal with, and it's not that mine is worse than anybody else's. Just maybe take a moment to really appreciate the families that you got, and and the people that you have around you. I never met them. I've only seen photos and done video calls with them, and now I have no contact with them. Um, yeah, so it's it's quite up and down. It's kind of like a sine wave, and that's like the thing when the mind starts to become really heavy with a lot of thoughts and a lot of overthinking and a lot of things that just goes on, and you can't like you just you have to stop at some point, otherwise you will go mad, and you have to kind of find some sort of weird meaning within the meaningless. And I think for myself, I kind of, it's not only in Iran. This is happening absolutely everywhere, and in every different kinds of proportion within your own lives, within the global situation. And it's the eruption and the complete destruction of the old world is it's being teared down. Um, and but everything seems unfair, and when you don't have anything left, and it's all like just one big sigh, like one big tinnitus in your ears, then you know, small things like walking in the park or seeing like the Easter flowers, or it's like remember yourself of the rebirth that comes after everything has been burned down to ashes. And in some sort of way, the hopefulness there is within the people from my family and from Iran is like insane. It's like I can look at it and be like, oh my fucking god. But when I have connection to them and the internet isn't cut, it's quite fascinating how they're like, no, no, but this is the end of the old world, and the whole world's gonna see, and it's gonna be inspired, and everything's gonna be changed, and death is not the end. If I die, this is not the end. I will be reborn in the new Iran, in the free Iran. I was just like, whoa, death is not the end. And I guess that's really something that made me think, and I really find that extremely beautiful. Um, so the thing I'm making is quite simple today, which is fine. It's kind of felt like it came sonically became something that was like what I experienced when I scrolled through my phone. So yeah. But anyhow, I wanna just take a moment to all the ones, yeah, I'm only turning this on because I bought a candle, but I cannot burn anything in here. Then start raining, and this doesn't like rain. But yeah, so this is like the light for the bright future, the phoenix from the ashes, I guess. Even though everything gets torn apart in your life at some point, it might perhaps be a rebirth, because death is not the end, I guess, or something. Okay. With this epicness, epic quote, or epic whatever, I'm gonna try to play my last DM Electro concert. And thanks, like, all the people that has been a part of these years. I really learned a lot. I really learned a lot. Not synthesis. I don't know anything still, but but like humanly, I learned a lot. And I hope you did too. And I hope everyone will continue getting wisdom from all the downfalls in your life, even though everything is unfair and injustice is everywhere and you don't find any meaning with it all. There is a rebirth within that, because when you lost everything, then everything else can happen, I guess. Okay. Meep. Some of it is very boom boom, just so you know.